We are back at the home course. It is a weekday, and I've been stressing myself out about making videos for this Innova challenge, and I decided I'm just gonna stop stressing about it. I'm gonna make what I wanna make. If you guys wanna watch it, you can watch it. If you don't have to. So today, we're gonna play a practice round. We're gonna test a bunch of the new discs against a few of the older discs. We're also gonna work on our putting a lot. My putting has been trash since I switched putters to the Innova putters. I just haven't gotten it back. My fault, not the Innova putter's fault. But today I brought 4 putters, so we're gonna do 4 putts for every hole. And yeah, we're just gonna throw some discs. We're gonna talk about what I'm feeling about the Innova challenge, which discs I'm really loving, which discs I'm not liking. I think I'm gonna try to do 1 disc every hole I'm gonna talk through. Hole 1 is gonna be the Toro. So, I think I'm in love with this disc. For me, this puddle top one is like a better zone. It has so much low speed stability, but it's still fairly straight. Really good on forehand. I like it on backhand too. I've been approaching with this thing more than any approach disc ever. Besides, I used to approach with a Bird for everything, but this Toro has given me such confidence, and I love throwing this thing. I think this will stay in the bag. I'm about 90% sure. We're 2/3 of the way through the challenge. I think this is day, I don't know, 18 or something like that. Got a few atrocious warm-up throws in. Bit of wind today. Toro, nice wide hyzer. Don't give it too much hyzer. You don't want to come up short. Get in the basket. Oh my God, did I just ace? I don't think that's stuck. We're gonna throw shot number 2 and then we'll check. Just a bird, same-ish line. Little flip up, slower disc, parked. We're gonna try a little walk and talk today. Honestly, I turned the stabilization on. I haven't ever filmed like this before, but I wanted to give it a try, see if this is something that maybe I could do in the future to save a little bit of time. And it seems like people kind of like walk and talk type stuff on YouTube. So let's see if this tune, oh, it did not. If this Toro stuck. It did not stick. We hit chains. That sucks. Not bad to start the day. Like I said, we're working on the putt today. I'm gonna work on something that's a little more like relaxed and poppy. So kind of like Niklas Antila does this little stutter at the beginning to get this wrist like popping. I'm gonna try that today. Stay relaxed. First time trying a putt like this. I don't expect great things, but I mean, you can never get better if you don't try things. It's just much more relaxed and less like tense. So I'm hoping it'll convert a little better to like stress situations. Wobbly. Nice. Hole 2, let's talk about the Luster Invader. I started off really liking this disc, and honestly, I still like it a lot, but I think I've convinced my brain of something stupid where I'm like thinking it's not neutral. And either I put it on too much hyzer or I don't put it on, I don't know. It's just like this middle point that I'm just not really clicking with right now. So I like this disc, and we're gonna keep it in the bag, and we're gonna keep trying it for sure. But recently I haven't thrown it amazing. I've been throwing some other stuff better, so he's on the chopping block. We're gonna throw some driver shots here. Champ Halo Destroyer first. Just gotta hit this gap really hard is the goal. We missed our initial gap and we piped it. That's really good. Easy par on this hole. That's really good. This one though, we're going for this right gap and we're not gonna miss it this time. I don't even know how I was that far off last time. This tee pad is like a little weird. Here we go. Hit the gap, past the tree, little low. It's fine. I've been playing a lot. I played Saturday. I played more than that. I played like 40 holes of one of the hardest courses in Washington called SeaTac. If you're a Washingtonian, you know. It's pretty wooded, pretty tough. I think I shot close to even. I wasn't really keeping score very well. I was kind of throwing second shots here and there. But I shot pretty well. Like even over like 40 holes. It's a 27-hole course. And I played all 27. And then I caught up with some buddies on like 13 or 14. So however many holes that is. But I shot around even. And there are some discs in this bag that are some of the best discs in the category I've ever thrown. So we'll talk about those as we come upon them in this hole review, but I'm loving parts of this bag a lot. We're going with that same poppy putt. I want to see how it works kind of on these longer putts. This is probably like a 60 footer, 70 footer, something like that. I don't know exactly, but we're gonna try to get that pop out there. Just nice and relaxed. Okay. Short, but it flew nice. That's it right there, dude. That little wrist pop from staying relaxed. These next two, we're just gonna do layups. Just try to park this little putt here. That's good. Even closer this time. Solid. Okay, I'm really liking that. All right, we're gonna putt from our worst putting upshot. We're gonna try our new putt out. A little relaxed, flicky with the wrist. Jeez. That feels so good. That was awful. That was back to my old tense, locked wrist. So I'm liking the way that this is feeling. I think this is something that we need to stick with for a little bit. See if we can get good at it. Quite a few shots on this hole. I got a couple things I want to figure out. First is the Birdie Ultra re-entered the bag. I loved this as my stable mid-range for a while, and that gator wasn't doing it for me. Now this should be max range for this Ultra, I think. So one thing we're trying to figure out today is like, can I get this 270 without throwing it so hard I sacrifice all accuracy? So we're just gonna try to put it out there like kind of flat and hard. Slight hyzer. So good. So good. That disc is so good. Next, we're going Metal Flake Scepter. My buddy Taylor gave me this. Beefcake. This replaced the pink Ricky Wysocki Firebird. It's the exact same mold and it feels and flies basically the same. I just like Metal Flake plastic a little bit more. This one has to be flat because it is a meat hook. You can even put a little Annie on it, I bet. All right, 2 parked. Can we get all 5 parked? Glow Firebird. I lost my Broadbird. Someone actually found it, so it's on its way back to me. I think it's gonna be here today or tomorrow. So that will retake its spot in the bag, but this Glow Firebird, Nate Sexton, actually flies very similarly, and it's been filling the slot really well. A little more hyzer than that Beefcake one, and just smooth. Come on, get stable for me. All right, 3 out of 5. Let's go. This is the next disc I'm doing a comparison of, and I filmed most of it yesterday. Roman versus Tesla, they're the same disc. Legitimately, when you guys see the review of them, these things ended on top of each other from every angle. I do think for me, the Tesla forehand's a little better. These do have some push, so I need to put some hyzer on them and not just pump them too far. A little too much, I think. Skip forward for me. Oh, we took a hardcore flare skip. All right. 3 out of 4 so far. Let's see if we can correct with the Roman. Whoa! Too much wobble. Yeah. So that's kind of the difference I've found between the Tesla and the Roman for me. On my forehand, the Roman wobbles a bit more, which gives it more turn, which isn't like the worst thing ever. I just need to work on my forehand a little bit, but currently I like the Tesla more on forehands, and I think I might like the Roman a little more on backhands. All right, we'll putt 2 from the Ultra. Also, I forgot to talk about the Innova mold this hole, the Gator. Honestly, it just didn't mesh with me. It flew okay, but the hand feel wasn't what I was looking for. Kind of flew just like this Ultra. I like the way this feels better. It's more board flat. I think gives it a little more torque resistance, a little less wobble on my forehand. So the Gator left for the Ultra. And as you can see, the Ultra is kind of easier for me to throw. We're gonna putt 2 from this one and 2 from the Roman because we're working on our new putt. We want to give ourselves some harder ones. That was too high. Yeah, dude, that's so much smoother than my old putt though. So let's see if we can make 1 or 2 from the Roman. It's a nice long putt. Probably have to straddle it. I guess you don't have to. All right, how do you do hyzer with this little flicky boy? Here. It's gotta be hard though. Don't think hard because that'll make you tense up. Oh, close. Not bad. Pretty happy with that, and I think as I work on that putt, it's gonna get a lot better. One thing I will say is, since the Roman and the Tesla fly so similar on backhand, I do have some problems when I expect the Roman to fly like the Tesla on forehand, and it wobbles more, so I end up throwing a less stable shot and turning it over some. I feel like it might have just the tiniest bit less comeback at the end of the flight, but I can't tell if that's just because I have so much more wobble or if it's actually just slightly less stable, low speed. So the disc for this hole is a Mako 3. We're just going up in stability and speed. I didn't hate the Mako 3, but it didn't quite fly like I want my understable mid to fly. I like the MD1 better. The MD1 has less pullback at the end and flips slow, but very consistently. It does not come back end of flight, so you can do these forever drifting right shots and never have to worry about it hooking up at the end. Where the Mako 3, I threw it a few times trying to feather that line of flip, and it was more prone to either overturning or coming out at the end. So Mako 3 got replaced by the old MD1. I think the Discmania MD1 is like one of the best turnover mid-ranges ever, neutral mid-ranges. Once you throw it for a little bit, it gets beat up enough and you throw hard enough, like you have to hyzer flip it to get it to go straight for sure. But I was lacing the course I played on Saturday with that MD1, just shredding these straight line shots, 300, 350, just dead straight through a tunnel. It was big performer for me. We're gonna throw a bunch of shots off this tee. Toro will be first. It's kind of the Innova shot for this hole. You can see there's a tailwind, so we gotta be careful here. Don't short it. Under, hit the tree. Oh, crappy skip. We'll go Berg next. This is my usual shot on this hole. Probably the same shot. The Berg will be perfect there, I think. Oh, baby, I think it hit the pole. All right. Real quick, kind of we'll do a putt from each one, maybe 2 from one of the harder ones. New putt, little flicky, relaxed, in the wind. Man, that's good, actually. I think we're on to something here. And sometimes I feel like I lose my putt, and then it's just like some silly cue that gets me back in there. This is a headwind 28, 30 footer. Oh, that was a good line. Dropped it a little bit. Oh, same thing. A little harder. Okay, well, I like the lines. I like the way it's flying. You don't have to make them all. All right. Let's talk about the Exodus. These 7-speeds have been probably the best 7-speeds I've ever tried. The Exodus and the Centurion. We'll talk about the Centurion more in the next hole. But holy moly, I've been throwing these things amazing. They go so far. They're so controllable. Centurion's just a little flippy. The X is just a little stable. So you can work them on all the angles I kind of throw on. Centurion, I threw like a 375, like just drift right the whole way and just parked one of the harder holes at SeaTech. Was beautiful. Actually, my buddy Taylor bags a Centurion. We back-to-back threw the exact same shots with them. So that was super cool. We'll throw this on this hole. Shouldn't be able to get there. It takes about 450 to get around the tree. So we're gonna try to go inside the tree, see how close we can get this to the basket. Not a disc I would throw on this shot, but you know what? We're talking about it, why not? Whoa, that air bounce. Oh my gosh. Definitely a putt. I think it's a head right to left, which helped us a little getting left. But those things go so far. That's a 7-speed. That was over 400 worth of power for sure. It had to stay right for a long time and get way left. So actually super pleased with how that just flew. And even in a headwind, super good disc. We're going Halo, Champ Destroyer, high, flat. Hope the wind helps us at the end. And don't fluff it. The wind is already helping us, it seems. Oh, it turned it over a little bit. Oh, yeah. Windy hole like this, should have put it out farther right and just hoped it helped it come back left. We'll go the normal disc for this shot, which might turn out to be too flippy in this wind. We'll just put a little extra hyzer on it and hope we can get there. Flip it a little bit more. So high. Also into the tree. Not my best performance. This hole is quite hard in the wind. One thing I did want to talk about is my arm speed. I haven't done any tech disking in over a month, kind of a little bit before this. I started this challenge. I kind of stopped doing any kind of form work or speed work. Focused on really throwing super hard or tech disking at all. And I will say, I think my arm speed has dropped a little bit, but my line hitting has got a lot better. So I think after this challenge, I'm gonna try to add a little bit of speed back and see if I can keep the line hitting ability. And hopefully we end at something that's around 70 with the same kind of control I'm getting right now, because I will say I feel like my line hitting has been maybe the best it's ever been, and maybe the Innova discs are helping a little bit. I'm not sure. They definitely seem like they're a little more gentle, easier to control, and that probably comes some from the dome that they have. So we'll see how it goes, but been feeling good about my lines. All right, hit some trees with the drivers today. This wind is pretty stout. This Exodus though, definitely a nice shot with a 7-speed. Not really a very good putt. Low ceiling, which I'm generally not the best at, but we're gonna try the new putt on it. Can I generate enough power with the low ceiling with this little relaxed wrist flicky putt is the question. That was awful. Okay, I can. That was chain high. That was really good. A little too high. That's it. Happy with that. That's a pretty hard putt, and honestly, with my normal putt, I would have a very hard time staying out of that ceiling and generating the power. So this being easier and more relaxed, but still having the ability to do that, I'm stoked on. We're gonna forehand probably a couple discs. Let's try I think the disc for the shot would be the Broadbird or the Sexton Firebird. Just a little bit of hyzer, get it out there high and just let it crash down to the basket. Don't short it. We'd rather be around back than short, I think. That was way too far around back. And we'll have a shitty putt from there, but it's not the shot I'm looking for. Let's go Metal Flake Scepter, beef cake guy. I'm even gonna try to put a little flex on this, see what it can do. Oh my, it's so good, man. Man, that disc has been surprising me. And then we're gonna go Tesla and Roman on forehand. You guys can see the difference yourselves in base, both the wobble and kind of the line. Tesla first. Yep, come on. Just look how far it goes though. Whew. Yeah. It's a good putt around back, but I needed a little more hyzer there. And then Roman, I'm always scared to turn this over. So let's see what we got. Yep, I turned it over. Just a little too much wobble for my liking, man. Yeah, those aren't the greatest forehands ever. Not super happy. Oh, let's try the Ultra. I wanted to see if I get the Ultra there too. I've been kind of, this is getting back in the bag, I've been trying to figure out its range a little more. So Ultra, hyzer, pop it up, throw it hard. Yep, that's a birdie. Little blick. Okay, a little more pat at the end. All right, you guys know the hole. I generally like to throw something really overstable here. And we're gonna try that first with this meat hook scepter. Beautiful disc. Also beautiful hand feel. This guy has been really good. We're gonna throw like a slight ante really hard. See if we can get this there without it getting stable too early. Skip. Yeah, we started a little too much right. It's good shape though. We'll see how close it is to pin high. That one is so meat hooky that I have trouble kind of controlling it. I think after it beats in a little bit though, it's gonna be money kind of for a shot like this. We'll go with the Sexton flat and just hope it hooks up in time. Yeah. It's kind of the shot I've been throwing on this hole with this bag. Yeah, that's a good 15-footer. And then we'll go, just for fun, new Exodus, little flatter run guy. Little bit of hyzer I think I'm gonna need on this one. But also gotta keep it out there. Don't want it to come in too early. Thing is just going. Definitely didn't hook up enough. I wonder if there's a bit of a wind out there. Last one, we'll throw the Roman. Same-ish line, but more hyzer. See if we can get that. This should have a much stronger hookup at the end. So, we'll see. Same line. Yep. Perfect. Honestly, that flies a lot like that Firebird. Yeah, that's pinned maybe 3 feet. The Roman and the like Sexton Firebird are like very close in terms of like how they fly. Like they go really far. They have a really stout hookup at the end. I feel like the Roman that I have has just a little bit more bite at the end, but that Sexton has a little bit of flip up in the middle. So it's kind of newer disc to my, like when I think of Firebird, I think of super overstable, but that one is not that overstable. So I keep leaving it a little bit too far out, expecting it to fade a bit more. Also, we did not talk about a disc for this hole. The Centurion. This is a Metal Flake Centurion, older run. I'm actually looking for some more of these because I'm about 90% sure this is staying in the bag. When I played SeaTac this last weekend, I was crushing the fairway with this disc. Goes straight for so long off of hyzer, turns over, just absolutely amazing disc. And exactly what I needed in that understable 7-speed slot. I can get it to turn the whole flight. I can get it to hold hyzer and just push like crazy. This disc and me just get along. And I'm really glad that I tried some other discs out because honestly, the Crave it goes really, really, really far. Like they both go far. The Crave, I've thrown over 500 before though. It just has too much flip for me. Like I can hyzer flip it, but it was like my end right disc. Like I hyzer flip to turn to never come back. Where this one, I have a lot more of like a workable area in this the hyzer to zero kind of thing. I can throw it on zero and it's gonna turn really hard, but it's not gonna burn, and it's gonna slow turn the whole way, like drifty, not like early flip. So this disc, if you haven't tried it, don't, because I need to find some backups before you guys buy them all. I know there's some on eBay, but they cost quite a bit and I don't want to spend that kind of money yet. But loving this disc, probably top 3 favorites from this challenge. Such an absolutely beautiful day today. I wanted to get out and just throw some discs, have some fun, and just try some angles, see what some discs can do. I'm not throwing the perfect disc for every hole, obviously. Like the scepter was up here, Axis was out there, but I'm learning the angles. I'm learning what they can do at different distances. That's kind of what I wanted to get in today. And I also wanted to really work on this new putt. So yeah, hope you guys like this. If you do like this kind of style, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button. So we got a pretty short putt. I should make all 4 of these. We're trying the new style. Stay calm. This is an easy putt, Clint. Nice little flick of the wrist. Yep. Come on. Oh, you left it low. That was not very flicky. It was not very spinny. So let's just relax a little bit more. Even more flick. Even more relaxed. Oh, I yanked it. Dang it. That's okay. And you can see Roman absolutely parked tap in. We got a couple more discs to talk about. So we'll do that on this hole. And I'm gonna throw a couple extras on this hole just to show you the flights of some stuff. Roman, we talked about this already. This is just a Tesla. It is the same freaking disc. The only difference is this is a tiny bit more domey. For me on my forehand, I like it just a little bit less, but I've been trying to work on it, trying to figure out how to forehand these domey discs a little better. But backhand, this is a Tesla, the exact same disc basically. Dynasty, I haven't been able to throw this very much. Honestly, I don't have that much of a need for a pretty flippy 9-speed. And to me, this disc is a little bit of an enigma. Like, it's a higher speed flippy disc. So it kind of, I've had it hold hyzer before and I've had it flip all the way over before. It seems very nose angle dependent and kind of on the line of the middle of like stabilities. So I'm gonna try this disc out a lot more and see, but I haven't really been able to figure out amazing yet. We're gonna throw the Roman and the Dynasty just on some straight flights to show you guys kind of what they fly like. We'll go Roman first. I'm gonna try to hit this flat and even get a tiny bit of turn out of it. See what we can do today. So a little bit of hyzer, did not get any turn. Literally flew exactly like a Tesla. Hooks up really hard at the end and is not super glidey. So yeah, it flies a lot like that Firebird. Actually, let me throw that Firebird to show you guys. So you can see that was a slight hyzer with the Roman. And here's a slight hyzer with the Firebird. I'm gonna try to hit the same line and see if they even have the same distance. That is pretty close. You can see that Firebird's getting more vertical at the end of the flight. Bigger skip, but I bet those discs are on top of each other. I mean, we'll see. I could be wrong. So we're gonna throw the Centurion versus the Dynasty 2, just to show you guys the flight. I'm gonna throw this Centurion just on the slightest hyzer ever. See if it'll flip up, give me a little turn before fading. Whew. Yep, there's the turn. You see that late flip and then hooks up at the end. Just disgustingly good flight in my opinion. I love that disc. We're gonna try the same line with the Dynasty, see what it does different. Tiny bit of hyzer on a 10 degree. I think a little more hyzer on that, but you see, definitely turning more, hooking up a little less at the end. I liked that flight. Didn't throw it amazing. Whew, I'm tired. And my elbow's sore from playing so many holes this weekend. I haven't really taken a day off in a long time. So if I'm not throwing amazing, that's why. Trying to really push hard to the end of this challenge. Try to get a bunch of videos out for you guys and kind of I committed to the challenge. So I want to really, you know, do it well. do it justice. Forgot to throw the actual shot for hole 8, which is just an Exodus. On a good hyzer, this shot is perfect for the Exodus, so we'll call it good. I've parked this many times. If you guys haven't watched my 7-speed video, I throw this hole with a bunch of different discs, and it goes really well. So check that out if you want to see how it goes with the correct disc. And let's talk about this Firebird versus this PD. We got PD, Firebird, actually 20 feet short, so definitely more stable, low speed than the PD. Although they do fly pretty similar on a lot of different holes. In the basket. Ooh. In the basket. Dang it. Practice our new putt. Stay relaxed. Let the wrist pop do the work. You don't need to get crazy with it. Just a little wrist pop. A little less swabble than that one, Clint. There it is. Yep. Kind of yanked that one up a little bit. Held on to it too long, but I'm liking how it's feeling. And to be honest, my putt was so broken, anything is better than what I was doing. So last hole of the day, 344. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling a little burnt. We'll try the mid-range. I think today I might throw a 7-speed on the hyzer because I'm feeling a little weak, but we'll try the mid-range to see how it flies. Slight hyzer, nice and high through the gap. Yeah, that's 15. Really good shot. I'm liking that cherry a lot. I'll try this Ultra, new edition, so I want to see if it can get there. If I rip this flat and as hard as I can it actually go 350-ish feet pretty far left? I gave it the height. Come on. Yep, don't skip too far. Oh, it's rolled in the pit, but it was pinned. So definitely a shot it can do. That disc feels pretty fast for the slot. Last one, we'll go big. We'll go crazy stable scepter, flat as hard as we can out right, and count on the skip. Yeah, 20, 25, we'll see. Let's go putt those bad boys in and call it a day. Little pop plant. That was ugly too, honestly. We'll go Ultra second. Barely skipping this hazard, but I mean, you can't be upset with a toss like that. And then we'll go Metal Flake Scepter. Played way out right. Played through the skip. I like this shot in the wind a lot. We'll just go a little wrist pop. A little Niklas Antela. Little pop. Whoa. But overall, I liked it. Thanks for watching, guys. And let me know what you think about the new putt. Let me know if you think it looks better or not. We're going to keep practicing it and try to get better this off season. So hopefully next year we can go challenge Eagle and Simon with Nick Crush. Thanks for watching. Peace. Oh, Lord have mercy on my soul. Why are you so muddy? I almost died.